What up, peeps? Welcome to the Podcast. I'm your host, John Telewa, aka the Kiss Bandit. And in this show, we explore the key elements that shape our fulfilling existence, from health and well-being to financial success, meaningful relationships, and the pursuit of happiness. We cover it all. Our guests include experts, professionals, and everyday individuals who have remarkable stories to tell. Tune in to learn practical tips, gain valuable insights, and discover strategies for personal growth and transformation. Whether you're seeking to improve your health, build your wealth, enhance relationships, or find lasting happiness, we got you covered. Welcome to today's episode. Another amazing episode with a very special guest. We've been seeing him online doing his thing. So, it was just about time I invited him to the platform. I've been seeing what you've been doing. And to be honest, I have to say you're one of the best people who's doing that kind of content.
Thank you.
I think so far I've noticed two people. I don't remember the name of the other guy, but he also does short, brief updates, like daily updates of what's happening in Nairobi or Kenya. But yours is more, it's like I'm watching news, but briefly summarized, straight to the point without all the other, shenanigans that we see on TV. But without further ado, just introduce yourself, tell the people what you do, and then I'll take the podcast from there.
Yes, so my name is Marvin Ibrahim. That's the name on my ID.
Yeah.
But my brand name is The News Guy. I create news content. I do daily news updates. Yes.
Now, just the first question I would ask, how is it possible that you're not working on TV or radio?
Interestingly, I've been on radio before.
Oh, you have?
I've been on radio and TV. Let me give you my story.
Let's do this.
So this is just my radio journey and my TV journey.
Yeah.
2012.
Yeah.
I'm admitted to KU, Kenyatta University, to pursue a degree in economics and finance. And initially I wanted to pursue medicine, but my cutoff points didn't make it. I failed in bio. So I was enrolled to pursue a degree in economics and finance. Fast forward to 2015, Coca-Cola comes to school and they're doing a promo. They usually have these trucks where they sell sodas and just have a show. And they don't have an announcer. So I walk up to the guy on the truck and tell him, hey, I just want to announce. I just want to make this place active. And he says, why not? We don't have a guy to do that. So I volunteer. And as I'm doing that, the then entertainment secretary of KUSA, that's the Students Association, walks up to me and tells me, hey, you don't belong to this track. You should be on a stage somewhere. And it tells me Cultural Week is coming up. Why don't you audition as an MC? So I audition and I'm picked to MC the opening ceremony. So I do some MCing gigs at KU, and then at some point there's a call for people to audition to join the radio station. That's KU Radio. Okay. And I say, why not? So I go there and there's no slot. They tell me you're good, but every slot is taken. So can you come up with something creative? So I tell them, do you guys have a late night show, like from 10 p.m. onwards, because I used to stay in school. And they tell me, we don't have that, but if you'd love to try, we can make some special arrangements for you to do that. So they make the special arrangements and I start running a show called The Late Night Breeze. I call myself the Romeo de la Romeo. I used to think it means the Romeo of the Romeo.
Okay.
Yeah, so I ran that show 10 p.m. sometimes to 4 a.m. And doors open at some point. KUTV is launched. And they tell us, hey, just try. You never know. So we go for screen tests. And I make it. And I'm the guy, we were two. There's Corazon Aquino and I. we make a debut on KUTV, the first news bulletin. We anchor that. But then a lot of stuff happened along the way, and I'm actually suspended from KU. Ultimately leads to expulsion.
Why?
So I have to quit.
First of all, why? Why? Nobody just gets expelled like that. Those are extremes. But it would be nice to people to consider you as a normal person as well, because that happens to normal people.
Yeah.
No, we just see you like doing the news updates, and then we just didn't know you have this other side where you get expelled. Why?
So while at KU Radio, I'm given a room in school because I'm running a late night show. So I give the room out because I already have a house outside school.
Oh, yeah.
And the guy is called Rico. He invites a friend. And tell you what, the friend is a plug. So I think my roommate snitches on them or something.
Oh, yeah. Of course, yeah.
And the security come and find a whole basin of buds in my room.
Yeah.
So I'm called to the security. I'm told we've never found such a huge hole.
This is for distribution. This is not for consumption.
It's not for consumption.
Yeah.
And you can't tell us you didn't know this guy was here. So it becomes a long, protracted case. We have a back and forth in court. But at some point, my dad realizes...
it's something that made you even end up in court?
No. The guy who was...
Oh, the guy now.
Yes, the guy got to court.
Yeah.
Personally, I went to court because I felt it was wrong.
Yeah.
Because they got the guy, they actually took him to court and he pleaded guilty, which means that he was the one in possession.
He just admitted,
yes.
yeah.
But then they kept insisting that there's no way the guy could have been in my room without my consent. So my dad says, hey, if you don't feel like it, we are just losing money, and it feels like your heart is somewhere else. Your heart
and
is
at this
not in
time, you were
economics.
studying
Economics and finance.
Economics and
Yes.
finance.
And he says, from all you've told me and from what I've seen you do, you want to pursue communication. You want to become a journalist. So you do this. Come home, take your time, think about it, and we'll figure it out at some point. So I stay home for 2 years, just trying to figure it out. And then 2019.
But what do you do for the 2 years before we go to 2019?
I'm just at home, man, because I'm
years?
not okay mentally, first of all.
No. Hold on. This podcast is a long session. So if there's anything, we have time.
Yes.
And I've always told people, like, I would just want to understand, even when people are talking about, like, their mental health, I'm still new to understanding what everything means. Because for me, I understand from my personal experience, and I'm always telling people, like, stress is kind of part of life.
True.
That's something that I've come to realize. And anytime I'm stressed, I have to remind myself, like, it's not that I'm not okay, but that's kind of like part of life. You might pay all your bills.
Yeah.
A relationship will come and like mess up with your head. You might be having like, a situation maybe with a friend. Maybe somebody borrowed you money.
Yeah.
Somebody has pinched something from you. So that's just inevitable. So when you're talking about you are not well mentally, what exactly do you mean?
Okay,
I would want to know that.
Let me break it down.
Yeah.
So you see, I'm expelled at a point where I'm sort of at my prime, because I'm now a
everything
news
is good.
anchor on KUTV.
The MCing thing.
I'm emceeing. The recognition is starting to come. So.
And even this from your close affiliates, everybody's vouching for you.
Yeah,
now and
everyone
everything.
is vouching for me. So that is cut short. I was actually suspended from the news team through a WhatsApp text on the group. I was just told, hey, Marvin is not going to be on the news team anymore. There are some stuff he has to sort out with the school. So once he does that, he may or may not come back.
Yeah.
And I just know there's no way I'm coming back.
Let's put it at 45. Yeah, that's okay.
I just know there's no way I'm coming back because of that tone. And at that point, 1 week, 2 weeks, guys haven't seen you on air. So your friends start questioning, and the next thing is they start falling off because some were with you.
Yeah, there's nothing they can do.
Yeah, because some were with you because they were a friend to a news anchor on TV. So they start falling off, and at some point I get seriously depressed. I do a lot of drugs, weed, and I can't
So
even.
2 years you're just trying to figure out. So I'm guessing because nowadays life has no direction now. You don't know what next.
Yeah, that's actually before I go home. That's like 6 months before I go home.
Still in school?
I'm not in school now. I have a house outside school, but I'm just hanging around because I think I'm trying to come to terms with everything.
Denial, still in denial. Like it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
Like,
So I go home, and weirdly, my dad and mom do not mention anything about the whole situation.
But they know.
Of course they know.
Yeah.
Of course.
So they're just
know.
like,
They're just like, I think they're also in denial because I was a really good kid. They didn't expect such a thing to happen. And they do not believe it when I tell them, hey, it wasn't me.
okay.
Yeah.
Because now they're also like, like when people go to campus, they.
Yeah.
So now they're like, did he actually do it or no? Do we mess up somewhere? Okay.
So 2 years, I love football. I love sports. So I started coaching handball. I started playing football. I joined some club at home as a goalkeeper. And it is a roller coaster, highs and lows. At some point, I even break my left arm, get a fracture while doing the goalkeeping thing. So it's just a roller coaster emotionally, high and low, because I'm high at some point because I'm feeling the love of the people around me.
Yeah.
And they do not seem to care about my predicament at that point.
True.
They're just like, are you chill and figure it out? But see, my friends are graduating.
Yeah. Okay.
And some of them have started driving good cars, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And you meet neighbors and they're like, hey, so ulimaliza, unafanya kazi wapi?
Yeah.
And that hits you. You don't show it, but then when you close your door and just go into your room, these things keep ringing in your head. So,
but it makes you feel bad because I'd say I've been almost like in the same situation, but I can't say because like you have to understand. For my case, like all my friends were doing like formal jobs, and I was always the one who's like an artist trying to do something that's different. So you can always imagine like everybody's looking at you like, is it going to figure it out? What's the plan here? Because, as we have salaries, you go to jobs, to things that you like doing. I've actually, and I keep saying it on the podcast, I've been fired in almost like 4 or 5 offices. And I'm good at my job. So you can only imagine, I understand when you're saying like, okay, now you're trying to, but then again, that's why it still takes me back to, I can't say I was depressed. I was just sad.
yeah.
Because we also have to understand, like, I keep going back to the thing about life will have the highs and lows. You might have people who are close to you. Somebody might get into an accident. Maybe if it's your grandparents, somebody you liked sick because of old age. Those are some things that you cannot avoid.
Yeah.
But all those emotions are also very important to understand. You'll have to process them at some point. But, and I also keep trying to learn what exactly people mean when they say like, depression.
Because that's a strong term.
Because now I see, if you show me, because you've done news articles and you're always doing like the stories. When you show me somebody like Brian Shearer, I would tell you that's depression.
Yeah.
Okay, the other guy, what's his name? The one who's going through it right now. The guy who was on Citizen.
Oh.
The guy.
Kimani.
Yeah, so as well, those are things that, you look at them and you're like, I don't know if it's acting but you're like, okay, this person genuinely needs help. But also, not to say that I don't understand, I'm just trying to digest it and comparing it to something similar that I went through. Because even for me, in that situation, I remember I was like, but I was never, I can't say it was depression for me. I can just say like I was just sad. Because of course, everybody else at work, like you've said, people are driving, you're doing, everybody, the social ladder keeps going up.
Yes.
And you're just like, people are still asking you, but Jahama, this place? So all those places, I understand what you're talking about. But yeah, please go on. So yeah.
So when I say
graduating
depression,
and
it's because at some point I even attempt suicide. It gets that bad. And then I'm the kind of person who...
Okay, that's now depression.
Yes, I'm the kind of person who does not talk about my problems at all. So I keep to myself. My eating habits become poor. And 2019...
Hold on. When you say attempted, you attempted, but that's something that just between yourself, or like even folks found out that you got to that.
They never found out.
I'm just saying it now in the podcast. so now I have to say like our son. Why? But you understand what I'm talking about, because even like when you say it that way, it's also very important so that people, because I've had people come to the podcast and they still open up about such things. And I think for somebody to get in a really dark place, mpaka you're like, me, it's okay if I'm not here. I'm scared to get out. I'm scared. I don't even think I've been in so many dark places that I've never thought about it. And I think that's something that once you get there, that's something that's also concerning. Of course, you have unajita kamkutano.
True.
Like, okay, is it really the end of it? Am now okay? But how did you even like just overcome that before we now skip to the other? Because that's a major thing that also now pushed you to where you are now.
So what happens is I just find distractions. I realize I'm in a really bad place, so I don't stay indoors. Any opportunity I get, I go out, play sports, play FIFA, so that helps me. And then it takes a short time after that for me to get back to school. And getting back to school also sort of becomes therapy. Because now I feel like my life has now turned around. And that happens in 2019 now, January.
Okay.
I joined St. Paul's University to pursue a degree in communication. Yes.
Interesting. But you see, that's what I'm saying. Like that, such a backstory just tells and helps us to get to where we are right now.
Yeah.
So that's 2019.
Yes.
But now after 2019, have you been to any other professional, like now, news setting or media station or anything close to that? Because from 2019 to now we're in 2024.
While at St. Paul's, I volunteer to be at the radio station. It's called Light FM, to just do news. And I do a morning show called The Mornings You Love with Marvin. And I just volunteer for almost 2 years. That's what I can say came close to getting back to a professional media station, as you said it. But after that, I've never really gone back to a professional media station.
Okay.
I've just done my stuff. Of course, I'm now good at things like videography, video editing, all that.
Yeah.
But I have never gone back to a pro media station.
Is that something that you've thought of? Because I saw you posting a video of even reading the teleprompter. I was like, my God. If you give me a teleprompter, I'm like, no. We have to do this freestyle, bro. But I could see even you reading the teleprompter. But is it something that you're actively pursuing, or you still want to build your brand around social media?
I think at this moment, I'm still trying to build my brand on social media. The teleprompter thing was actually a challenge from a friend. Someone told me, hey, try this out.
That was really impressive.
Thank you. So I'm trying to build my brand on social media. I want to probably go to YouTube at some point.
Wait, you're not on YouTube?
I want to hit 100K on TikTok, then launch on YouTube.
Come on, bro. No. Listen. No. Aye, this is blasphemy. You know why? Because what I think, and I'm always telling people, is the same way you're doing that content, you can just spread it out in all the platforms. Even on YouTube, you'd rather do it as shorts. Yeah, because once you edit your TikTok, you can download it.
Yes.
And just upload it on YouTube. So that way you still build your momentum on YouTube slowly before you go. Because if I was to ask you what's the reason for you not having a YouTube?
I just set a
Will you say
target for
equipment or
myself.
something?
No, I just set a target for myself and said once I hit 100K on TikTok,
You're already
Wait.
okay. You're already there. Yes or no? You literally. It's got because the thing is, and even that's the crazy thing about targets. You've set a target. You know, a few weeks from now you'll be at 100K.
yes,
So you'll have to commit to that.
yes,
You'll have to go to YouTube.
Yes,
But
I
I
will.
think whatever you're already doing right now, it's really good. Integrate like all the social media platforms that you can, because what I normally tell people is like, even for my case, and that's something that I've said over and over again, like on my socials, like anything that you see around me it's just been possible because of content creation. And I don't even have that big of a following. I don't. I remember there's somebody who posted a comment on my TikTok and they said like, I'd really like to know exactly what you do because I know you have a podcast. Lakini hata hii podcast yako ijashika hivyo. But now I was telling him like, you're focusing on the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Because now, and this is another thing that I know people who have like over 500K followers, but they can't pay bills. They can't afford food. They can't shop. They can't really, I'd say, provide and feed themselves because of the following. And what I would want to like just even highlight on that is like, I know at times, even like we get tied up in that chase of numbers. And that's also very dangerous as well.
That's true.
Because I've given people an example, which I'll also give you. It's like you have now around 90 something,
Yeah, I'm at
90,
96.
96. By the time this episode is coming out, because I won't say which date it's coming out, you're going to be at 100K and something. But would you say you monetize your platform right now in a way that it satisfies you?
Why not?
No. I'm just asking. Is it fulfilling you financially the way you want?
No,
No.
no.
That's a very important, answer as well. And I'll give you like a breakdown so that you understand. You have 96,000 people following you.
Yes.
Now, I always come back to my calculator. And let's say the news guy, you've hit probably like on TikTok, how many followers would you want to have by the end of the year? 200 or something? Like what's in your head? 1 million?
1 million. That's
Okay.
on my profile.
Okay. No. That's still okay because that's
Yes.
something that you've envisioned.
Yes.
And that's what I'm saying. Like there are people I've met, and those numbers are really important to them.
Yeah.
So let's say you get to 1 million followers,
Yes.
right? Let's say, because if you have 1 million followers, that means you have like a lot of people who appreciate what you do, right?
Yes.
So let's say maybe you also have your YouTube then, and you have the one thing that I'm always telling people, just try and do some merchandise for your fan base. So let's say, hypothetically, you have like the 1 million followers, right? And you're putting out some merchandise for them to buy, to just support you and show love and everything.
Yeah.
How many out of the 1 million people do you think would buy your T-shirt?
Let me lowball myself and
No. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
let me lowball myself and say at most say 10K or 1K.
Out of 1 million people? There's no way. Out of 1 million people. Okay, sir, but let's just go with the low, because we, like you've said, we're also
Yes.
being realistic,
Yeah.
by the way, because, okay, so go with the 10,000 people, right?
Okay.
Because you did economics and finance, and that's why I need to.
This is
It's very important
interesting.
for people to understand how maths works, and when you're chasing something, you understand why you're chasing it.
Yes.
So 10,000 people buy your T-shirts, maybe, and your T-shirts, let's sell them at 1,000.
Yeah.
Okay, let's sell them at 1,000.
That's 10M.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you've done economics and finance, understand what you're chasing so that it explains to you exactly. So, let's say occasionally, how many in a year, if let's say you do the same numbers multiplied by 3?
That's 30.
Yeah. Do you understand what kind of career or field of work you need to be in to make 30 million in a year?
That's crazy.
Yeah. So that's why at times I'm always telling people, are you sure it's money you're looking for? Or there's another high maybe you're chasing? Because once you realize and understand how the numbers game works, especially like with you with the economics and finance background, trust me, numbers are just there. And I keep telling people, the numbers are just there, but you just need to figure out how numbers work, how numbers play. And the best thing about you already have a fan base.
True.
You have a fan base. 96,000 people is a lot. I think I'm at 20-something thousand right now on TikTok. And YouTube, my YouTube is it's going close to 3,000 right now.
That's
But I
good, though.
keep, but I keep telling people, with 3,000 subscribers, I've been able to buy a car. I've been able to travel. I can pay my bills. I can invest. So I'm always telling people, very important people to understand this. The day I clock 100,000 followers somewhere, whether it's TikTok or YouTube, we do not want to talk about numbers. We don't want to talk about numbers because I already know what numbers mean.
Yeah.
I already know what it means. So, like I've said, when you're building your fan base, even if a brand comes to you, remember they're not coming there for you.
Yes.
They're coming to you because of your
Followers.
of your followers. So they don't, okay, not that they don't care about you, but they really do care about your followers.
Yes.
Because they'll ask you even like, okay, so how many people are following you? And even after that, now that's when they'll know what next. So back to like, just talking about finance, as you're chasing your numbers, realize the power that you have in your hands as well.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, because you might not need as many people as you think you need, because that's the whole purpose. Build numbers so that they can also kind of compensate you. And now we're in a very good era where your fans can tip you. If you have a channel with subscribers, they can do the super likes when you go live and everything. But, we'll still get back to the numbers. We'll get back to the numbers. I always love talking about numbers. So just even when you're doing the type of content that you've been doing, how did you find your lane in just TikTok? Because immediately from school, did you just start doing the short news forms? Because I'm guessing on TikTok, you always do tries before you...
Yes.
Okay, so now this is what works for me. This is what people like.
Let me give you an interesting story.
Yeah.
Just a backstory.
Okay.
So I joined TikTok back in 2020 during COVID. And I used to call myself the Golden Voice KE. And I just used to do voiceover challenges, just stuff related to voice acting and all that. At some point, I even tried singing and all that.
Okay.
Yeah. So fast forward to this year. No, last year. Late last year, the last half of last year, from around June, I had this low moment again. Life is a roller coaster. So sometimes high,
Last year?
low. Yeah, last year.
Okay.
And at that point, I have a kabambe. And I know I want to do content. I still don't know I want to do it. I know I can make it in content. But I have a kabambe, so I can't even...
You can't do content. You can't even do content.
So, and I'm really low on cash, man. Hand to mouth, sometimes I even have to go without a meal.
Go without a meal.
Yes.
That's tough.
So I holler my mom. My queue, at that point, I'm about 30.
No, it happens. It happens. It happens.
So
I've had my low moments, and I'm always telling people, like, listen, anytime somebody tells me, Aki, you're so lucky, I'm like, Jesus needs to save you, because we can't have this discussion. I need somebody who can relate to me. Yeah, so I understand.
So I call my mom and tell her, I need a phone with a camera and that can access the internet. That's all I need. I don't care about the quality of the camera. I just need a camera, smartphone.
Yeah.
And she asks me how much I need, and I tell her I just need 5K.
Yeah.
Yes. And it's because I've seen a phone on M-Copper, about M-Copper, that I just have to pay 5K for, then pay daily.
Oh, it's the one that you pay daily.
Yes.
And it's, yeah.
Yes. So she tells me I'll think about it. Fast forward the 26th of January this year, she tells me there's a parcel I've sent you, and it's that phone.
What?
It's a Nokia C32.
What?
She
So
tells
this
me,
is just recent?
yes. So she tells me, hey, uliniambia unataka simu, uko na simu.
Yeah.
Sasa wewe jaribu uone vile.
Do your thing.
Yeah, you do your thing.
Yeah.
And of course, I start with whatever I used to do, voices and everything. But then I say, hey, this is not what I want to do, because guys are not getting value. Yes, they'll listen to your voice and say, hi, you have a good voice, but you're not giving them value.
But that's it.
Yeah. So even the following may not come, because guys follow you for value.
Yeah.
And I say, I'm studying communication. I may want to join the media industry someday. I'm somehow good at reading news, because
Not somehow. You're actually really good.
because I spend a lot of time listening to the BBC, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So I say, why don't I try news? So I start doing news. I'm experimenting. I do my short to news stories, 700 views, 500 views, 200 views. And I'm like, probably it wasn't going to work out.
Wait, but what kind of feedback did you want? I'm just actually shocked with the number of views and likes, because like I had someone also like here and they said they posted a video and it didn't perform that well. So I'm like, what do you mean it didn't perform well? She says it had like 10K likes. I'm like 10. What do you mean 10? She's like 10,000. Yeah, but she's like, I wanted more. I'm like, no, I just don't understand what kind of numbers you guys are, because that's when.
No, I'm talking about 700 views.
No. That's why I want to tell you, like 700. Yes. And that's what I'm saying. To you, 700 is not enough. The other one, 10K is not enough. But let's say when Citizen, like they post like even their news story, like on their socials,
YouTube.
What kind of views do you see them getting?
10K, 20, sometimes 50.
Hell no. It has to be like a controversial thing or something spicy. But just normal videos, they get the same numbers as you.
Yes.
700, 1,000, 1,500. That's actually very common for Nini. But if it's a specific thing, maybe where people will engage with two debates, like on the comment section, now it will get slightly higher interaction. But imagine 700, and if we're talking about 700 people, maybe. Okay, let's say 500 people if there's some other replay. 500 people are a lot. Or should I go back to the T-shirt analogy and do like 500 people buying your T-shirt?
No, let me just break it down.
Yeah, please do. I want to understand.
It's because this is what I've always wanted to do.
Yeah.
And I know I'm somehow good at it. And at this point, you have to realize I'm desperate.
Okay.
I want to make it. And it's part of the lessons I learned. It's been part of the journey, and some of the biggest lessons I've learned about patience and just consistency. So for me, 700 was so low, because I have accounts I'm following doing the same thing, and they're the people who I feel should be my peers, and they are really good at what they are doing. So
who are these people? Influence people you've looked up to, or just like inspired some way. There's nothing wrong with
This is crazy.
No, it's okay. You can pick, you can mute. It's not radio TV where somebody's like, yo, so phone's off. Actually put the phone somewhere there so that in case it rings, you can just mute it, which is okay.
Yeah, so...
let's put the cap off the frame a bit, somewhere there.
Yeah, so I look up to... There's a guy called the News Daddy.
Okay.
Yeah, he's not Kenyan.
Okay.
In Kenya, I look up to Eli King. Eli King is really good at what he does.
Who's Eli King?
Eli King does... he starts his videos by saying, this is what has been...
That's the guy I was saying. That's the guy I was talking about. Like, this is what has been trending in Kenya.
Yes,
okay. So it's the two of you, I think, who have like a really nice way of presenting. So I get you.
So I think it's just about not being patient and desperation. But yes, I get 700. Then the day the Embakasi tragedy occurred, I was luckily up at around 3 a.m. And I see it on Twitter, and I call a few people I know in Emba, and they tell me it's true, and they send me videos. And I break that story on TikTok. And that's the first video that sort of launches me to the world.
And then everything just starts spiking.
It hits 70K. And for me, 70K is big, because
that's crazy.
700, now I'm at 70K. So I keep doing whatever I do. I do another video about teachers, hits another 70K. But then the day that ship docks in Kenya, the world's largest floating university.
Yeah.
I do that story, and it goes wild. It's around 500K. And yeah, I start believing in myself and, trusting the process.
Yeah.
Then, of course, I start setting targets because I realize that, with the kind of content I do, you can't be sure what content will hit and
That's
what
true.
content won't hit. So you may think a story is really juicy and good, and you post it and 2,000 views.
And I've said that's what happens.
Yes.
The TikTok algorithm is so crazy because there's something you can take your time,
Yes.
edit, make sure it looks good and everything, and then you post, and then you're like, what? But there's that one thing that you just edited chap and everything, and then you posted and even probably forgot, and then you start getting your notifications and okay, so I get you.
Yeah, so I realize there's power in volumes and consistency. So I say every day I'll have to do like 5 stories.
5 per day.
Yes. And I start doing that. At some point, you have 2 videos doing well, 3 not doing well. And then I raise the bar and say I now want to start doing around between 7 and 10
Per day.
per day.
Sheesh. But that's good because I think now that explains even to people, and I keep telling people, like, understand the power of consistency.
Yes.
Because and even it becomes much easier for you.
Yes.
The more you do it, it's kind of practice and it's easier for you.
Yes.
So 10 per day, and then
So 10 per day. And of course, the algorithm sometimes does its thing. I do 10 stories and none hits 10K. Yeah, so that has been the journey. I'm still at that 7 to 10 per day because there's always something happening in the country or outside the country. But now I'm at the point where I feel like I do want to go continental
yeah.
because I've realized, other than the new study, no one else is doing it. And in Africa, literally no one is doing it.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. So you're early enough in that space and
Yes.
you've already figured out what works for you.
Yes.
And I think that's the best thing. Like once you hit like probably 2 or 3 international spots or even maybe like some new station. And that's why I keep telling people, okay, now here's the thing. I'll just give you guys a little secret, right? You see the way you're doing your content and
Yes.
everything. If ever something like CNN ever reached out to you, it's like, okay, can we use this piece of content here? Can we use this piece of content here?
Yes.
Or BBC or CNBC, it's very, very important to understand the power of that relationship.
Yeah.
So now here, of course, now we're in a place where everybody's like, hey, no, me, if I'm not getting paid on any, I'm not doing it. Now you have a choice. You can let them use it for free. Get that exposure that Kenyans never want to hear that word, that exposure. But trust me, it might expose you to your next opportunity.
True.
To your next opportunity, because it's the same way. Like you have to look at it this way. Like when you're on TikTok and posting this, you're doing it for free.
Yes.
You're trying to figure out like, okay, where can I land? Which network? Which people can I know?
Yes.
So if they ever give you that option, you have an option of like, okay, so you can use it for free. And you have also an option where maybe you'll say like, no, you pay me to use my content.
Yes.
And you might not have that relationship. Like if that opportunity comes, like what decision do you think you'll make?
Why not?
Yeah. Will you let them do it for free?
Sure.
Because it's very, very important for people to just understand, like when you're exposed to that international market, okay, I'll let people in on something small. Like even like during COVID, there's a clip that was, I used my phone and I sold it. I won't say where or to who, but I sold it to some people overseas. It was a 15-second video.
What?
But they paid $15,000. Yeah. So, but just to say, that was done with a phone. I have so many different professional cameras here and everything. And then also for me, like a lot of things I learned during COVID as well. And I realized like, okay, at times you might take something for granted.
Yes.
But all it needs is just the right people. And trust me, it will fall into the right eyes.
Yeah.
And it will change everything like that. yesterday I hosted somebody on the podcast, and they're now doing radio and TV as well in the mainstream media. And I was telling and asking them, how do they feel about people who are graduating and now they're not getting jobs in the industry? Because for them, they did not study journalism at all. But now I was telling them, like, now you have MCU job, you have radio, and you have TV. Those are three positions that all these other guys who are graduating, they don't have. But now the thing, it was very simple for her. She was always putting herself out there. She was putting her content out there. Anytime there are interviews, she's going, trying out, at times working for free. But now a lot of opportunities have started coming her way, and things are just aligning properly. But it's all just putting yourself out there.
Yeah.
And then now going back to like just the news article, like breaking news and everything, posting, how do you do like, because when you're doing like 10, that's a massive volume for a day.
Yeah.
How do you make sure you get your facts checked properly, validate everything that you're saying so that, you know where to use the word allegedly and not just saying like, Nani has been caught for doing this and this. How do you make sure like when you're posting your content, it's just on point with background research and everything?
I love reading, first of all, so it's quite natural. And news is something that's natural to me. So even on my socials and everything, the content I get is news content.
Yeah.
So first thing I usually do is verify the source. If it's a reliable source, like a really, really reliable source, say CNN, Citizen,
Yeah.
they rarely post fake news,
Yeah.
if I'm to say. So I check it. If it's on Citizen, I look for a second source and a third source to confirm. If it's a blog, I look for a reliable source.
Yeah, because they are now...
Yes, to confirm. Yes. But there are points where even from a reliable source, you can't confirm. You can't say so and so shot this person.
Yeah.
Because there are things that need to be sort of determined in a court of law for the person to be said to be guilty. So like I did a story yesterday about a shooting in Thika. For that, you have to say allegedly.
Yeah.
Because if you don't...
that lawsuit will come your way and finish you completely.
Yes, tell you, did you see him? Do you have evidence? So first of all is looking for reliable sources. Second is spending your time, not being in a rush, so to say. I spend around 20 to 30 minutes on a story, reading about it, getting the facts right, because sometimes there are facts that are not actually related to the story. Say data that was given way back in 2010 that is important or relevant to the story. And you have to read to get that. So there are times when I can spend 10 minutes on a story sometimes because there are stories that are sent to me directly. So for that, you don't have to read because you're getting it from the primary source. But for news that I get from secondary sources, I have to, first of all, verify from, say, 2 other sources, and then do some reading to just establish a background so that when you're telling people a story, I say about the motor vehicle tax, you're not just telling them about the motor vehicle tax because they probably already know.
Yeah, so what's any different? What's different about what you're telling us?
Yeah, but when you tell them something that, say, happened in 2010 or something that was in the 2023 finance bill that's related to it, that's now value, and they learn something. For example, I did a story on the motor vehicle tax. Everyone knows about the motor vehicle tax, but they don't know how it will be implemented. They don't know
when
how it will be calculated. So when you tell them about that, now they get value.
Yeah.
Because probably on the mainstream media, they heard about the story and it was probably given a 1-minute time slot. So they didn't get the details as much as they can get it from you. And then for you, you have the advantage of being able to run like a series. So I can do 3 stories on motor vehicle tax.
Keep breaking it down so that people understand.
Yes.
Okay, that's interesting. Okay, and then another thing, like even just when you're doing such stories, like you've mentioned, like some are sent directly to you.
Yeah.
So it's gotten to a point where even people like are reaching out to you. I think you should do a story on this. I should do a story on this. Okay, and that becomes like, but it kind of gives you like what do you call it? Purpose, I guess, especially
Yes.
when you said you were at some point where you were lost and you didn't know, and then now people are like giving you validation, like on the comment section and all that. But then again, also like what stories have you noticed like people really connect with or relate with?
I'm sorry to say, but Kenyans love scandals.
Ah, yeah, there you go. Now you see.
Kenyans love mushene.
Yeah.
Mushene. Stuff they can share with their friends.
Yeah.
If you don't own a car,
Yeah.
then probably news about motor vehicle insurance does not affect you and your circle of friends.
That's true.
So you'll just see it and scroll. But when we talk about Kimani Mbugua, someone will share it and tell their friend, hey, umeona ule TV, anka mazee amekreki.
Yeah, true,
and
true.
that now goes viral because the algorithm is all about engagement and how far your video is shared and how frequently it is shared.
So that we're talking about comment section
Yes.
and people forwarding or even...
Yes.
Okay.
So Wakenya wanapenda mushene.
And then now, does that kind of like affect your decision of like now picking content? Because at some point, if you're, like we've said, chasing numbers, you guys really love your numbers. And then maybe you're like, hey, yeah, this week I haven't had performance here. So does that affect you in your decision making so that next week now it's scandal, nini, and then now you get your numbers back?
I'm always big on...
how do you separate the two where you're like, okay, sir, even if you guys want scandals and nini, me, I'll still stick to what I want to put out.
I'm always big on value. So in a day, say the Kimani Mbugua story, it's a scandal, but it's a human interest story.
Yeah.
The guy needs help. So you see, for that, there's value in it because probably someone will watch the video, forward it, and it may get to someone. Let me just put this on D&D because...
Okay, no worries. But it happens a lot, and I think it's... Yeah, but just go on.
Yeah, so I share it, and I think even the Kimani Mbugua video, interestingly, on the day I posted it, is when it started trending on Twitter, and the next thing was now Obina hopping on board, which for me was quite interesting.
Yeah. Oh, so that's why he also like now next immediately.
Yeah, that was quite interesting to me because I did a video at around 8 a.m. At around 12 noon. Now everyone is talking about Kimani Mbugua, and you check the video, you realize it's been shared like 300 times, 400 times, and you realize, so there could be some influence.
You've become a reliable source of information.
Yes. So about the danger of trying to chase the numbers.
Yeah.
First of all, I told myself I'll never do content to sort of besmirch someone's reputation. So even if it's a scandal, I don't apportion blame.
Okay.
I present the facts as they are. Sarah Imani, Caliph Cairo.
Yeah.
I don't say anything negative about Sarah Imani or Caliph Cairo. And if it's something negative, then I quote someone said it.
Who said it, but
Yes.
it's not actually you saying it directly.
Yeah, it's not me saying, this lady or this guy. That way you remain objective.
Yeah.
Because as you said, it's dangerous. Sometimes you're not doing well. But then I've also been consistent enough and I've been low enough to realize that even 1,000 views as something that someone is struggling for.
Yep.
Kuna mtu akihit 1,000 views for him, hiyo siku...
That's what I'm saying. Like, you have to still consider, like, okay, and I think it's also... I don't know how it feels like when you're hitting those crazy numbers consistently.
Yes.
Because now I've even had, like... there's a lady who just started, like, posting, like, last year and featured on the podcast, and she just does these really short skits. And she said her biggest influence is Crazy Kenna. She's done probably like, let's say 20 videos max between last year, but she's already at 100K. So I'm asking her, like, okay, what do you feel like? Well, how's the pressure on the next content? She's like, even at times I can stay for like a whole month because I just have to figure out if I
Yes.
put it out, I want interaction and numbers. But then again, like I've said, I can't relate to it, but I'm always talking to people so that I can understand as well. I'm just somebody who's in a whole different lane and mental space, because when I'm doing my things, I'm always like, even if they don't watch today,
Yes.
you will come back and watch it tomorrow. So that's always my mentality. Because now, if somebody asks me about anything, like on the comment section, like, okay, how can I make X amount of money? I'll be
Yes.
like, go to my podcast episode number so and so. I have an expert in this who can break it down to you.
for you.
So for me, I just kind of like want my content to be, I don't know what's the word I can use.
But I also think
Yeah,
sometimes it's also important to understand your niche.
no, true.
Because you see, things like skits are timeless.
Yeah, true.
So you can do it now, and
news,
I'll
yeah.
watch it next year,
Yeah,
and I'll
news.
still relate.
News, you have to be
Yes.
on point. You have to
But
be on
for
point.
news, if it's like 6 hours after it happened, someone has probably already heard about it or watched it or seen it somewhere else.
Yeah,
And you have to now give them really good value or a really good reason for them to watch it. And that's why now for something like my niche, I have to just keep
breaking
doing video after
new.
video after video.
Now, another
Yes.
question. What do you think about like just how mainstream media is doing their content right now? And like, let's say the other blogs, like what's just your opinion on them? Because definitely if it's you and the other guy, you've said like, this is
Ellie
what
King, yes.
Ellie King.
Yes.
So the two of you in a whole different lane. But
Yes.
what are just your thoughts on mainstream media and how they present content?
First of all, you've got to accept that there's lots of censorship.
Of course, yeah.
And that really affects the details and facts that they put out, first of all. And I've been on mainstream media, so I know there are stories that you can't publish. If
Yeah,
the
they're like,
editor
hey,
says,
hey,
if the
hey,
editor
yeah,
says
pana,
no,
tana na.
yes.
Yeah.
But now you see, on TikTok,
Yeah.
as long as I'm not tarnishing someone's name, as long as I'm not promoting violent activity or anything, any story goes.
Yeah.
And I can look for as many facts as I can. And also, creativity-wise, mainstream media, there's a style that has been established. And for example,
Stick to
let me,
it.
Let me give you an example. If you applied, you are articulate, right?
Yeah.
You are fluent, right? But now if you applied for a news anchor job, you have dreadlocks.
Yeah. Shave.
Would you get the job?
First of all, shave. Go shave and come back to
And
us.
literally, dreadlocks have nothing to do
Nothing.
with newscasting.
No, that's true. That's true.
So there's, first of all, the perception. Then there's, let me call it the status quo, what has been and what should be and
Yeah.
what must be and what it ought to be.
And you kind of have to align with them
Yes.
or just go.
And there's a style. I could go to, say, Citizen TV and start reading the teleprompter like I'm speaking, like, so in Eldoret today, this happened. But that's not it. They'll feel like I'm unprofessional.
Yeah.
They'll want me to say, good evening, my name is Marvin Ibrahim. 5 police officers. There is a style.
Yeah, so there's that.
intonation.
And that's why I think at times people kind of sound the same. You hear people
Yes.
saying like, all these women sound the same. Even guys, when they're reading, they all sound the
Yes.
same. But it's because of that formula that
It's a
has to be
style,
followed.
yes.
Yeah, okay.
And when you come to think of it, it's just perception. It's literally perception. Because we must also think about the generational gap.
Yeah.
And I feel that's why people tend to relate to my content more, because they feel it's authentic. You are speaking to them as opposed to announcing.
Yeah. Oh, okay. True. But now I have a question. Now let's say you hit 500K followers, right?
Yeah.
And then these mainstream stations call you. Do you take the job or do you stick to your content?
Depends on the offer.
It's gonna come.
And also depends.
That day is gonna come.
And
That day is
also,
gonna come.
also depends on the media station.
I'm telling you, it's gonna come. So what's gonna happen to these 500,000 people who've been loyal to you through the hardships and everything? Now you've gotten there, and then now, of course, the big dogs will come. They'll come. It's gonna happen because you won't be able to still do this content. You know that, right?
That I know.
Yeah. So what's gonna happen?
First of all, depends on the terms. There are media stations that come for exclusive deals. You are our property, and you can't do anything else.
It's gonna be exclusive. You know that already. You already know that because when they come and they already see your numbers like that, they'll be like, if we're picking this guy, of course they don't want to share you with or even your platform. They'll even say like, even your platform, you can't do this on your platform because you'll be using our sources. Because now if you're getting information, it's through their sources.
Yes.
People are getting paid to go like to Turkana, go to interview bandits and everything. And then you're going to your own platform, using their sources too. So I'm just asking because,
Can I be honest?
Yeah.
I don't think I'll take the deal. And it's because I'm also currently working on a project that may seriously revolutionize the news industry. And it's not like just basic content creation. It's what I'd call the future. Like the Elon Musk kind of revolution.
Yeah, you're changing it. You're changing.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm working on that. And I've also come to know and appreciate the value of patience. So I know it may not happen today.
Yeah.
It may not happen tomorrow. It may not happen in August or next year, July.
Yeah.
But probably in 2025 or 2030, if I am still alive.
Why would you even say that? Why would you even say
Things happen.
Things happen. But
Mafuriko
nobody.
Mafuriko.
But I get what you mean. I get what you mean. Yeah.
It will happen. So I used to admire working in the mainstream media and wearing flashy suits. But when I realized that I can wear my T-shirt and say the same story, present the same story in a different way, in a more natural way, and people can still take me as a credible source, consider me a credible source, then why not?
It changes everything, right?
Yes.
How you look at things completely changes. Because I've had people before like come to the studio and then they tell me, if you have this brand come in and then partner with you, I'm like, I don't want any brands. I don't want them. But it's because I've also done like so many other different things. I've created structures that are bringing in money.
Yes.
So I wouldn't want somebody to come. You can only imagine the way you've already established your style.
Yes.
You love it and everything. And then that's what I was saying. The reason I asked about mainstream media, somebody will come and start telling you like, no, don't talk like this. Talk like this. And if you do it for sure for like 3 months, your old style is gone. You forget about everything. You forget about like your personal brand. And let's just be honest. We've seen like so many big media houses pick people from different places. And then after, I would like to say like they use them for like 2-3 years. And then they just dispose them off.
That's true.
And they get new talent. But where does that leave you? You can only imagine like, when you thought you're ready, like now enough. And then they just take that away from you. Which we've seen with also so many other journalists. And I think even like Kimani going through what he's gone through, a major thing is like just him not being in the mainstream media anymore. And knowing that he can never come back, especially after what has...
Actually, I read a quote that sort of changed my perception.
Okay.
And it said that if you were to be fired from your job today, or if you were to die today, and you are a CEO who's earning 10 million shillings per month, you didn't invest, your family lives in Kileleshwa in a house where you pay, say, 800K rent. If you were to die, there's a very high chance your family will have to go back to mashinani and their life will change instantly. But if you had a business from which, say, you are earning 50K or
Yeah.
100K or
Yeah.
200K,
Yes.
and you die,
Yeah.
there is a very high chance
People will
their
still be
life
okay.
won't change.
People will be okay. And I don't even know how much you got into the economics and that's something I wish I studied. That's the crazy part.
Yeah.
When you're talking about like your part of like your studying communications, I'm like, if I just had a background in economics and finance, I'm just like, it would make so many other things easy because now finance I had to study during COVID.
Yes.
And now that taught me how I should invest, long-term plans, getting life insurance, all those things are in place. And I understand why they're necessary.
Yes.
Medical cover. Could be like, for somebody else, if you explain to them, they'll be like, hey, yo pesa yote na nisipokuwa mgonjwa. But I'm like, but what if you fall sick?
Yes.
Those are some of the things that wipe people's wealth like completely out.
True.
Especially like, let's say if you're in a middle class and like some crazy medical bills come, even if your aunt is changa, your mom, your nini, it will wipe you guys clean. Because that's money that's going, it's not coming back. But if you have like a medical cover, you're just taking precautions so that in case of anything, you can get your first aid before you start asking even for funds. Like even family and friends, they just need to chip in kidogo.
Yes,
But
true.
you'll be okay.
Sorted.
But so all those financial things that I never used to pay attention to, now I am so keen and understanding like investments, long-term, high risk, low risk, because now I get to do them. I get to do them. And I've seen like just with 4 years, how I can be able to plan my life. And I'm like, I wish I actually studied this.
True.
But then again, here, I have somebody who's like, no, me, I don't want to study this. But then now again, okay, before we come back to like just media and your content, so what's your regular 8 to 5? Because you mentioned to me you're doing if you can talk about it.
I work at a company called Integral Media. They provide digital solutions, and I think that's the much I can say.
Also, it's nothing to do with content?
It's related to content,
Okay.
but in a different way. It's content for corporates. I lead the production team.
Okay.
I think that's the much my contract.
Yeah,
allow
of
me
course.
to-
And I'm always telling people here, once you join an office, and even it's so important to understand, like, of course, you sign like your documents and everything.
Yes.
Because you can't use any information that they provide for you or
Yes.
you know about them out there just recklessly to everyone else. It's like, this company does nini. And I've even had assistants, people who come in, and then I keep telling them, you understand whatever is happening here in the office.
Yes.
You're not supposed to go open your mouth and just share with everybody else.
Sure.
Because that's now like where you come. If you're in a formal space, now you'll understand. Now you're breaking like bits of your contract. But you just live and learn as well. So now, still back to media and content creation.
Yes.
So if you're not going to opt to go to mainstream media, I might as well just ask you probably just growing up people who you admired in that space or maybe kind of influenced you before you found your lane.
Larry King, first of all. I loved Larry King. Larry King was good. Steve Harvey. That guy has a story. And I feel that I sort of relate to him. His story. He started from the bottom.
Yeah.
And he's stayed true to who he is. He hasn't changed the way he talks.
Yeah.
He's probably just become more refined, so to say. Larry Madogo. I also feel the fact that I come from Sea County and I know the village where he comes from.
You understand.
I know that and I appreciate that if someone can come from here and get to CNN and travel the world like he is, then even the sky is not the limit. Who else? Another person who's had a huge influence on me, this is not media related, my parents, the two of them, my mom and dad. My mom started working at 40-something. That's when she got her first ever job. My dad hasn't worked at what I can call a high-paying job, but he's been able to make us live like rich kids, so to say.
Yeah.
And that sort of inspires me that, if someone can get from here and get here,
Yeah.
then what about you who's had all these chances, who's gone to university, who, has had all these platforms?
Do you have siblings?
Yes, I have a brother.
Oh, okay. So
My brother is 10.
okay. So another thing that I've always even telling people like on the podcast, people keep talking about stress here and everything. Think about like maybe our parents. It's like at a certain age, they already had kids.
True.
And they were taking care of you. And I think that the craziest part is like our parents made sure like, just even if it's just for those who've been fortunate enough, of course, for parents to be present and just provide for you like just all the simple basic things that you even forget like, hey, by the way, I don't even know if I'm rich, if we're poor, if we're middle class. They just made sure like you're good.
True.
And you can wake up in the morning and say like, you know what, today I want to pursue this. And now you look back and then you're like, by the way, my parents were actually quite understanding because you could tell them, can I pursue this? And they say like, okay. But now if you're in your shoes right now with the problems and chaos that you've gone through, like imagine even if you have a kid, you have to reprogram yourself because the stress and journey that you've gone through and even the day and age we are right now, you might just be lashing out to your kid for no reason.
That's true.
So if you don't reprogram yourself, but you still have to reflect and go back to what parents have been able to provide for you and be thankful and grateful for that because that's the person that you are right now because of
so
them.
True.
I've had people on the podcast, unfortunately, who haven't had parents around, but you can see how it has affected them. And it's just one of those things that I don't know.
That's true, man.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not the person who can fix or have a formula, but they even tell you like it's really messed me up.
I usually get emotional talking about this because I didn't appreciate the value of that until, say, 1 or 2 years ago.
When you're growing up, you're just like,
I was like, mazee wanasumbua.
I only understand. True.
Hawaelewi nataka kufanya nini.
True.
But then you come to realize that these are the only people who truly feel hurt when you're low and happy when you're making it.
Yeah.
Because they're only people who will call you randomly when you have nothing.
Are you
just
okay?
To check on you. Are you okay?
Are you okay? Yeah.
Everyone else feels like you are now becoming a nuisance. And kidogo men, tumejaribu.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's literally not because of what you've done or anything. It's just life being life. So I came to realize that. And literally I try to talk to my parents every day. Just to get to know how they, what they think when I'm about to make like a big decision in life. Yeah. Like, honestly, if I were to get a call from, say, CNN, I'd have to call them and say, hey,
what do you guys think?
I know the answer, though.
CNN, bana, stop playing, bana, acha mchezo.
And of course, we'll have a long conversation about it.
Yeah.
But I've come to appreciate it. And to you who's watching this, if you still have that chance, if you have a mother or a father who means well, because there are fathers and mothers who don't mean well.
That's true.
Unfortunately.
That's true.
If you have a mother and father who truly care and mean well, appreciate it.
Yeah.
And you may realize it too late when it's too late, but appreciate it. If you can still call them and ask about something, then do.
And it's wild because I've had people like on the podcast or even at times like, let's just say friends, and somebody be like, no, I really hate my mother. But anytime somebody says that, I'm always like, no, we can't even be friends. I'm like, you need to rephrase that. Just say maybe you're not happy today because of something they say, but you just can't say that, especially. And this always comes from people who like, these parents are still taking care of them. They're giving you food, shelter, and clothing. And I'm like, you can't say that. I'm just like, it's not even a matter, even if they do something wrong, and I was trying to explain to someone, even if your mother does something wrong, she still needs to get a pass.
So true.
Because you've been able to be an adult. She could have aborted you.
True.
Yeah.
Or thrown you
somewhere.
I
actually have a guest who was also on the podcast. She was left at Huruma Children's Home.
That's crazy.
Somebody came and left her there, and she was adopted by German parents. So she lived with white parents in Germany till she was an adult. Her sister was also picked from a children's home. But her story, when she was asking about, she was like, somebody came and left her in a children's home.
And she's never...
Nope.
known
There's
about.
no recollection of, she doesn't know her tribe. She doesn't know who brought her there and left her, but she was just brought to a children's home and left there at the entrance.
That must be crazy. She doesn't even know her tribe.
She doesn't. Because I was even looking at her, I'm trying to say, like, okay, now I'm trying to figure out, do you care if you're like from Western, from Nyanza, from Central? She said, like, literally, like, from being a baby, she just grew up in Germany. She just recently started coming back to Kenya to tap into her roots and everything. But I was just asking her, but you can only imagine. So I'm telling her, like, even your biological parents could still be alive somewhere.
True.
Right now.
And interestingly, they may be in a situation
Yes.
where they currently need your help.
Yeah.
But they don't even know you're their child.
They don't even know. Like, and that's wild. Because I was even telling her, like, I can't even register. Like, I'm just trying to imagine, like, my parents. And that means, like, their life would have gone anyway. Anyway, because if maybe in that day in the children's home, there'd have been someone who's reckless and maybe chased those guys away, or the person who brought you there.
Yeah.
Maybe you'd have ended up in a dustbin, or just somewhere in the, find baby somewhere in the forest, and maybe you didn't
Mauled
eat.
by dogs.
Exactly.
And that's like a blessing in disguise.
Yep.
Because probably if her parents kept her, then she may never even have flown out to Germany.
It would have been like probably the worst toxic environment and everything. Maybe they just did her a favor anyway. Because you can only imagine. But that's what I'm saying. You still need to understand at the end of the day, if your parents took care of, because even now, I still don't know how I would be able to take care of a baby. And I'm just imagining, because I'm in my 30s, my parents, like in their 20s, they're already like on game, on point, yeah. And now you look back at it and you're like, wow, they really made me just comfortable. And now I just appreciate. Both my parents get a pass. If they do anything wrong to me right now, they're the only people who get a pass. I'd be like, okay, you're my dad. You're my mom. It's okay. It's okay. If it was anybody else, this would have been a whole different situation. But yeah, if you have your parents out there, they've shown you love, they've supported you. That's the one person, or those are the two people who will always be looking out for you, because you're part of them.
Yes.
Biologically, you're just part of them. So it's crazy. But then again, let's go back to just a few things before we finish up, because I'm just trying to look at the time, make sure that we don't exceed, or the memory just doesn't go off when we're still talking. So now, just in future plans, maybe, and even like you said, because for my case, I'm in my 30s, and I've said, like, of course, marriage right now, it's not a priority to me because of personal branding reasons.
Yeah, that's true.
We can't just make plans if the check is not coming in tomorrow.
That's true.
Is that something that runs in your head as you're still trying to build your personal brand? Because relationships can make or break you, especially when you're at that point when you're trying to figure out your personal brand.
I was actually having the conversation with my colleagues in the office, and I told them at this point, I'm actually in a mental state where I feel like I don't even want to get married at all.
What? Come on, wait. Is it
Seriously?
that bad, man? I can't say, I've never said that, by the way, but actually the crazy part is like a lot of my guests who've come, and I keep telling them, we can't just keep saying that, because we'll wipe out the next generation. We can't just keep saying we don't want to get married or be in that situation. But why would you say you don't want to get?
It's not like I wouldn't want to have a life partner. I wouldn't just want to wake up next to someone for 20 years.
What's wrong with that?
Because first of all,
Yeah.
I feel like most of these marriages are all about kuvumiliana.
Yeah, true.
which is not wrong.
Yeah.
It's right kuvumiliana. But it's not the life I want for myself. I don't want to not look forward to coming back home because
Those people who sleep in bars, they're like, hey,
Yes.
Maze, home, I can't go home.
I'd rather love you, spend 3 days with you, let you go so that I get a chance to miss you.
That's not how adulting works. Hold on. First of all, relax.
No,
I have to jump in
bro.
here. You know why? Because if you have a kid, let's just say if a kid is introduced, now all those selfish reasons, it's not about you anymore. How about the kid? You see, like, and even understand this. Just see where I'm going with this. Understand even like when you start talking about your parents, you say, this gets me emotional. Imagine if you brought a kid in this world. And even now you see the epidemic of like just single moms like in Nairobi. Not even just Nairobi, in Kenya in general. Understand how a big portion of kids are missing that love of mom and dad. Mom can be there, dad can be there, but the two of them there together, it's a whole different ballgame. It's a whole different ballgame.
Weirdly, that hits differently because, let me tell you this: I have a son,
Okay.
and it hits differently because there was a point where I actually wanted to be with him, wanted to teach him his first bike ride, teach him how to play football, show him stuff.
Yeah.
But I couldn't because I just couldn't. Mimi mwenyewe nilikuwa na struggle kujilisha.
So how can you even go there and be there for him?
And so I had to send him home to stay with my parents. So, and that's another reason why I feel like for me, marriage at this point is not an option because many people marry to get kids
Yeah.
and have a family. And what the experience I've had with that, all I want to be right now is a good dad to my son. Yeah. And I try to be as good a dad as I can to him.
Yeah.
But marriage and the whole getting tied down thing, yes, we need the partners, we need emotional.
The words that you're using, getting tied down, seeing you for too long. But what about, I think it's possible, even for me, maybe that's why I've taken my time, but I think it's possible. I still hope, okay, let me not say think, I hope I'll still meet somebody that I can tolerate. I know it's not easy, especially now because we see it. And even you as a news guy, how many scandals do you see people like getting married, breaking up? And you're like, what's the point? And these are people like maybe the nation, like people are looking up to, and then they break up. You're like, ay, kama ya hawa ijawak. So what about us?
What about us?
No. But me, I still believe. Like, I know it's, I can't say any, it's not a testimonial because I haven't been a parent and I can't say I'm married. So, somebody who's married would be like, well, Jui, do you really know what you're signing up for? Do you know what you're talking about?
True.
But that's something that I would want because I understand how the role that it plays. And like I've said, like I interview so many different people. And when somebody comes here and they say like, there's a lady posted like maybe 2 weeks ago and she was like, I hate my dad so much, by the way. And she was saying she finished school and, because she had been just raised with a single mom. And then the mom, she kept on asking the mom about the dad. And then the mom is like, I've told you enough time, just forget about that guy. And then she's like, okay, but here's the number. If you want to call him, here's his number. She called the guy. And then the guy's like, please, I know you're calling to look for me, but understand that I have a different family right now. And I don't want them to know about you. So please don't call this number again. And it broke her. It broke her completely. And she's just saying, like, even now, she was just saying that she doesn't love herself. So how does she even why would she even picture herself getting married or being in a relationship with someone, how can she love someone else when she doesn't even love herself? Because her own father didn't love her. Her own father like abandoned her, like a Trinini. And even now, when she's reaching out, he still doesn't want anything to do with her. So you can only imagine like the impact. But that's not just her. So many. And then now I can only imagine the ones that are growing now and how you have to explain to them when they're adults, like why you're not with the mom and why they missed that family setting. How do you break it down to them? Because like, for you now, talking to you as a parent, because you have to have that conversation. And also make sure that when they're growing up, they don't hate women. Because now, also have to understand, when you're talking about, I don't want to be tied down, I hate that situation. If your son picks such things, what happens? I've had women here on the podcast. I'll tell you, I've had arguments here with like, like even like just female friends and everything. And then I'm telling them like, so imagine, let's just say like, I got you pregnant, our situation is not working out and everything. How's the situation going to be? And this is always like hypothetical. I like building these scenarios so that we can brainstorm and I can have a topic of discussion on the podcast. And then you hear somebody say like, Mimi, you'll never see your kids. But now I'm like, where is that coming from? We start to, dig it pole, like background story and everything. I'm like, no. That's actually what the mom did to the dad. Both parents are there, but she didn't get to see like that unit. But now you understand the core problem of, or like, a woman who's always saying like, men are useless. Me wanaume. In the house, the kids are picking it up. I know there's stress, it's pressure, but those same kids, that mentality grows in them.
Personally, I think I'd be the kind of person who'd want marriage because my parents are in love.
There you go.
They are in love and marriage is working for them. I just feel we are wired different. And it's not like I've cancelled. It's not a 100/0 chance that I'm not going to get married.
Yours is coming from a PTSD situation. Somebody just ruined.
I'd say I'm at a 70-30. And as you said, it's because I've tried marriage. It wasn't marriage. It was sort of cohabiting. And it was like for just 1 year.
It was hell. You can tell.
Yeah, but...
It just left a bad taste in your mouth.
Yes,
you see,
really
even
bad.
you expressing yourself, you're like, hey.
Because we were good, and then when I got low, things changed. But you see, the person doesn't tell you it's because you've lost what you had, or you've lost your status.
I'm always telling people, men especially, you have to figure it out. Because they will leave you. I've said that enough times. They will leave you. And I think maybe they're just wired like that. But even if somebody said through thick and thin, but you really have to make sure. Because I don't want to be in that situation, especially when, you've already thought like this is somebody I might potentially spend the rest of my life with. If they leave you, especially at your lowest, which has happened to me, of course, 2 or 3 times, but hey, look at me now. It just made me slightly stronger, but for now, I'm always having that. Like also, maybe for me, it's also PTSD, because I'm always thinking like, okay, if I didn't have everything that I have now.
Or if I lose it now.
Happens? But that's why I take all the extra precautions. Life insurance, medical cover, investments. People think it's not because it's just because I'm like, I do not want to be in a situation. Finances are so important. And it's also so weird because like I thought somebody would still be with me, even if, and at times it's even a temporary thing because being broke is temporary.
Yeah.
That's something you can fix. Yeah, okay, today the situation is bad. Like we've said, people get paid like hundreds of thousands and then lose their job. People have to go to Geshagi, downgrade their life. And this is something that happens to so many different people. If you have that one person who will ride or die for you when you're at your lowest, I don't think I would ever leave them. But like right now in the climate where we are in, Hey, even if you just say I'm not sending somebody X amount maybe because they need for emergency, they're already like, so I'm like, how am I supposed to stay with this person like even long term? You can't. It's tricky.
But I think it's also influenced by the kind of books I've been reading. I've been reading a lot of Zen stuff, meditation, and one like overarching theme in all of them is impermanence, the theory of impermanence, and how our lives become sad and desolate when we think that anything in life is permanent, when life in itself is not permanent.
See, that's wild because that's why when you're talking and then you're still saying, like, that's if I'm still here in 2030. For me, I'm thinking, okay, 2080. I can say 2030 is like a few years down the line. But I've also had a few people when I'm talking to them and they still say, like, okay, I'm always trying to ask, like, how old do you think you'll grow to? And somebody's like, me, even after 10 years, I'm okay. Me, 5 years, I'm like, no wonder you're living this recklessly. So I can't have you living recklessly next to me. Well, me, I'm planning to be like an old person. At least that's the plan. I'm just trying. That's why I exercise. I cook my own food. So I try and eat right. And like, still, again, back to investments. Because I'm always looking at it, it's like, in my 60s and 70s, I do not want to be like, hey, Nanis, you help me with Anini.
Ama you have to wake up at 5 a.m.
Yeah, because there's some people now who still have to actually do that at a certain old age. I don't want to be, let me be the cool uncle. Even if people are coming to me, it's like, I'd want to be that kind of provider. So that's why probably now, after those girls left me at my lowest, I have my PTSD, but I bounced back. But now I take so many extra precautions. So I understand when you're talking about like for us not to look at. Of course, we all know we want to live forever.
And that actually makes sense because personally, another reason why I don't want to get married, even right now, is because there is a kind of marriage I want. There is a kind of home I want. There is a kind of life I want to live with my family.
Yeah.
But I sort of feel like it may take me between 5 to 10 years.
No. You're doing okay. I'm looking at your social media. You'll get there way much faster than you think. Way much faster. I'm telling you, that's the crazy bit about social media. The things that you're doing, one person will come and they'll change your life like this. The least ways that you expect. Especially considering that you always put yourself out there. You're in a good lane. It won't take 10 years. 10 years is crazy.
But you never know. I may invite you to my wedding, say in 2027.
Can you imagine? I just be like, you're just misleading us here and then look at you. But that's why I'm even like saying, like, even from bad experiences, I'm never carried to the next person because the next, like, maybe you'd have like a bad client who's treated you badly, they didn't pay you on time and everything. If you carry that PTSD or trauma to the next client, you understand you'll be too harsh, too on guard. You might not even give the person the chance to actually like be nice to you. And then this would be the person who actually like now opens other different doors. Like I've, over the past 5, 6, 7 years, like the opportunities I've had, it's just through social media and me posting my content on my podcast. Because I've had like, doctors, CEOs, journalists, and you just create like a network and those people will at one time call you or give a friend a number. It's like, hey, we'll try this guy out for. Trust me, social media just works wonders. So whatever you're doing, that's why I'm saying, like, honestly speaking, with the numbers you're doing, it's exposing you to way more people. And that should be like understanding, like that's network. And even when it comes to dating, your dating pool is growing even much wider. Much wider. I'm telling you, it'll just take a day or two something to happen like this. And your life, mentality, everything changes. So you still have to keep an open mind regardless of how we both know it's going to end for every one of us. We all know that for sure. But why shouldn't we enjoy it when we're still here?
That
why
I
not?
do. I do enjoy it.
Okay. So because we have to, man.
That I do.
Because otherwise, what's the whole point of you waking up, trying to do or achieve A, B, C, and D?
True.
So I understand. And also different experiences build people differently. So that's of course, also I have to respect your own personal experience. I'm not a parent. So me, I'm just talking as a person, like maybe I get an evil baby mama and say like, yeah. Guys, now I know. Najua, what you were saying. So now I know. But it's crazy, but that's also just part of life. Because at times we see it as news to people, but we still forget, these normal people, these are just normal people. It could be you next.
Anasemanga usitukane mkunga na uzazi ungalipo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There you go. There you go.
Before you get to a point where you can say never, never, or never, ever, never say that, because things happen.
You just never know what tomorrow holds. Yeah. So now I know we've talked a lot, but I want to save everything else for probably like a part 2, because I see you still growing your brand. There's so many things to talk about.
Sure.
And my conversations can be endless. Anybody who's been on my podcast, I don't know, have you ever talked in another setting like for this long and, about just life?
I know.
Yeah, and I'm always telling people, once you sit in that chair, it's a whole different experience. Okay, and then another thing before I just let you go, among all the stories that you always keep breaking here and there, what's the one story that maybe you can say was most impactful to you, or even like weird or even interesting? Like if you were to pick like top 3 stories that, that were interesting for you to cover, break, and just even made personal impact?
Top 3 stories. Let me start at number 3. Number 3, of course, the largest ship, because it's what launched me to the world.
Yeah.
Number 2, there's a story I'm currently doing. I've really done it severally. It's called, it's a story on a kid called Baby Roman.
Oh, yeah. Because I've seen like you've even had the category thing.
So the hand had to be amputated. And it was amputated because it developed gangrene due to a doctor's negligence. Now, the mom has a bill of 137,000 shillings that she needs to pay.
Kenya shillings?
Yes, that she needs to pay. And when you think of it, she's not supposed to pay that. She's actually supposed to be paid millions.
Oh, true. Because of the doctor's negligence.
Negligence.
Yeah.
But now she tells me she's actually being threatened.
By the institution.
By the institution. And here is a kid who's lost a hand.
Yeah.
So that made me feel like humans can be so inhuman.
Yeah. Plus also you're a parent.
Yeah.
It's different as well.
That could have happened to my son.
Yes.
Number 1, Brian Chira.
Yeah. So unfortunate.
And it's because we sort of were in the same profession.
Oh.
He had the numbers. No?
Oh, like content creation.
We were.
Oh, yeah.
Creators.
Actually true. Yes. Very true. That's the thing about numbers we've been talking about.
And now after his death, you realize that this was someone who had the numbers, he had the validation.
Crazy.
He had people rooting for him. But you realize it was sort of, all of it was vanity.
Yeah.
Because he died. Guys, I'm sorry to say, used his name and his situation to gain traction.
And you could see it, and you're like, this is madness. You're like, this is crazy. We're in such a weird time in space.
Yes. And they were sort of pretending like they're doing it for Chira.
No, it wasn't. It was so sad, by the way. Even the numbers and how much money was raised.
I'm
like, after he's dead.
And that reminds me every day that your followers love you, yes.
Yep.
They are rooting for you, yes.
But
if push were to come to shove, then you've got to realize that there is a life you're living.
Yes.
And just like I said, the only people who truly care about you are probably your siblings, your mom and dad, and if you're probably married, and very rarely your wife. And of course, your kids really care about you.
That's true. But you also have to understand your wife is not your relative. She's not
Exactly.
your blood. That's a constant reminder. Your kids, they're your DNA.
So it reminds me every day that I'm doing this, the news I'm doing.
Yeah.
That's my purpose on this world. And I should not expect validation. If it comes, well and good. If it doesn't, I'm still fulfilling my purpose. Am I happy doing it? Yes, I am. So I'll keep doing it. The numbers fall, I'll keep doing it because I finally found something I love doing. But at no point will I ever mistake the validation and the numbers for who I am. And it's connected to the books I'm reading.
That's true.
There is, let me just say this for a while, talk about this for a while.
Yeah, it's okay. We still have, we have some time.
Yeah.
We have like 15 minutes.
Yeah, the spiritual being and the physical being. So, twofold existence, spiritual being and there's the form. The spiritual being is the formless being, which is actually the most important. And then there's the physical being, which is the form. Now, this is what's interesting, what I've come to learn. We define ourselves mostly with the form, what is seen.
Yeah.
You ask me who I am, and what do I tell you? I'm the news guy. I read news. I drive an Audi. I live in Kileleshwa. I am black. I have cancer. But when you come to think about it and link it to the theory of impermanence, then you realize that it is a state you are in. I am the news guy. Tomorrow, I could be picked by someone in Hollywood who thinks my voice is great and my melanin would work for camera.
Yeah.
And I become a Hollywood actor.
True.
So when I'm asked, I'll introduce myself as a Hollywood actor.
Yeah.
But then if I had attached, and just the way that could happen, I could lose the news guy and go back to farming in Ushago.
Yeah.
And I probably could be earning more from farming than I was earning from the news guy.
Yeah.
But since the farming is not bringing the validation and the recognition, I'll feel I lost it.
Yeah. When everything is just like there, that you
Probably
should be
better because I'm at peace. I'm not worried about the views. I'm just worried about, zimenyunyiziwa maji.
Yeah.
Zimekuwa, have guys done the weeding.
True.
So it has taught me to realize that when I am at peace with the formless, with my being, when I am at peace with my purpose, and I feel like whatever I'm doing is what I was brought to the world to do, then every other thing does not matter because that can change. Right now, I could say I'm a 5'9" athletic body. And as I'm leaving this place, God forbid, our driver makes no
Something
mistake.
happens,
The driver is driving as he should, but someone is drunk and is driving from Carnival.
Very true.
Hits the car from the side I'm sitting.
Very true.
And I become
Everything
bedridden.
changes. Everything changes.
So then do I start defining myself as a cripple? If I had attached the definition of me to being a 5'9", athletic, whatever,
That has changed.
that has changed.
So what's your identity now?
So then what's my identity? And it has taught me to every day try to be in sync with my spiritual self. So, and it's interesting. Sometimes I just sit and listen to the silence. It's weird. But have you ever come to think about it, to listen to the silence? Because your mind is always thinking about something. At
Jogging,
no
something.
point is your mind ever silent.
No, but at times, let's say when you walked in, you found my TV off and
Yes,
everything. At times, I just chill like that for an hour, two, and then I reboot again.
And that's really important
But
for you.
I enjoy that.
But not so many people do that.
True.
Everyone else is always about from this to the next. So, and it's interesting. Some author says it's either you're worrying or remembering. You're either worrying about the future, which you're not sure about.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something that's interesting. Yes, you knew we'd be having this show right now.
Yeah.
And you probably had a script written down.
I don't have a script.
Yes, you do. It's just
hypothetically,
yes.
yes.
But then you did know
Yeah.
that at this minute we'd be talking about identity and
No,
existence.
That's true. That's true.
And that changed my mind, because I realized that yes, you may worry and plan, but you're never sure. You can only be like 30% sure that tomorrow nitakuwa Lang'ata kwa studio.
True.
But you can never be sure about what you'd be doing at a given time.
That's true.
So when you accept that, then you start being at peace with your existence. You realize that everything else is impermanent, and they could either change for good or for worse. And when they change for worse, you tend to look at the good in that.
Yeah.
Just like I said, you become a farmer, you realize, so I'm now at peace.
It's easy for you to bounce back
Yes.
and just accept a new situation.
You lose your parent who was your provider. Yes, you lost him, but you realize this is a chance for me to now become independent and become like a father figure to my siblings.
True.
So, to cut it short, accepting that everything about life is impermanent, and that's not to say that you should live your life recklessly, because everything
true.
is impermanent. You just realize that everything is impermanent and things could change, and to accept the little things about life, and to not attach or define yourself with the things you do or the physical.
Or material,
Or
validation,
material.
yeah. Especially with social media right now, it's crazy.
Exactly.
It's crazy. Yeah.
But that works wonders. It has worked wonders for me.
I respect that. Now we definitely have to wrap it up, because I'm looking at the memory card. It's almost there. But do you have like any parting shot maybe for my listeners? And also after that, you just tell people where they can find you, like your social media.
Parting shot is if you only lose when you don't win and don't learn. As long as you learn, you never lose. It just sets you up for a future win. Your win is just deferred. And it's going to be okay in the end. If it's not okay, then it's not the end.
True.
If you live your life trusting that it's not okay if it's not the end, and it's not the end if it's not okay, and in the end it's going to be okay, then life becomes a beautiful roller coaster. I realize that I'm here now, but if I learn and if I work at whatever I want to achieve, then things are going to work out. Parting shot, my socials, Twitter, The News Guy, at The News Guy KE, Instagram, The News Guy. I've never changed my handle. I think it still reads The Golden Voice KE. But
yeah, because on Twitter,
Instagram,
once you establish like an identity for Twitter, it's kind of hard for somebody to just...
Twitter, I changed my Twitter. It's The News Guy KE.
Okay.
IG, still The Golden Voice. I'll change that today. YouTube, I'm opening a channel soon. It's going to be The News Guy KE, of course. And then, of course, TikTok, at The News Guy KE.
Nice.
Yes.
Perfect. I really respect everything, even you taking your time to...
And if you may allow me to say this,
okay. Yeah.
I also do voiceovers. So if you have a voiceover gig,
Yeah.
Why
No,
not?
that's actually, now that even makes more sense. That's what I'm saying, like putting yourself out on social media. Yeah. There's that phone call that's going to come like this and changes a lot of things. It's coming. But, just keep up the good work. You're doing like amazing things, and it just looks so professional when you're doing it. Sounds different from what I'd watch from the mainstream. So anytime your video pops up, I'm always like, come on, I have to listen to it, because at least it's summarized and everything, and even you have like categories, so somebody can still go back to like a news that you did a few months down the line and still catch up with everything summarized, nice details, and it still sounds like mainstream, but it's edgy and shortened. So we respect that. We appreciate. We wish you nothing but the best in your journey.
Thank you.
And hopefully by the time we're doing part 2, we're talking about so many different things as well. Marriage, wedding, many vacations, all that.
What to my application?
But I respect. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, man.
I appreciate it, bro. The Kisscapades podcast is your gateway to holistic growth and personal transformation. Together we'll unlock the secrets to living a life of health, wealth, love, and happiness. So make sure to tune in every week and join us as we explore the essence of what it means to truly thrive. And lastly, show us some love and support in our social media platforms from Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, basically all the social media platforms that support podcasting will definitely be there. Even with the short clips and reels, you can find us there. And lastly, don't be shy with feedback, suggestions, or any questions that you might have in regards to the episodes or our podcast. It's the Kisscapades podcast. Goodbye.
Please.